Guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thanks for tuning back in. I'm really pleased to bring you another Seestern. I never actually thought I'd say that again. I had a pretty bad experience with them a while ago. Not a great bit of communication between me and them. But for me, one and done isn't really my style. I wanted to see what you guys thought. So you would have seen my community post asking, should I give them another go? Because they do seem to be making some great watches. And that they watches that I particularly like, so I'd like to feature them. So I asked you guys. The results are pretty overwhelming, to be honest, in terms of, yeah, give them another shot. They do make some great watches. So I've dipped my toe in. I've not gone for the more expensive watches. This is their pilot's watch. I've gone for the full lume dial. They've got a couple of other options to choose from, black and blue. So there's a few options to choose from. I bought this through AliExpress Choice. AliExpress Choice, it seems to offer watches, the same watch but cheaper, but it does seem to come from an AliExpress warehouse instead, from what I can make out. But is it as good though? Because I've had watches now from the company, and now I'm going to start getting from Amazon Choice. I'm going to start, AliExpress Choice, and I want to start weighing up what is better, because obviously the price is very important when you buy these watches. So is the price a compromise? Are you getting less of a watch because of it? I don't know, but we'll soon find out, because we're about to get the camera turned around and get on with it. But I just want to say thank you for tuning back in. I appreciate all your support. And with that being said, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Alright guys, so this is the watch. I'm not sure if this is the obligatory packaging from Seestern. I haven't had enough of these in, to be honest with you, but this is what is coming out of sleeve. There you go. So Seestern suggests Seiko. I knew these two were sort of the same company. I've never heard of Seiko, so any information on them would be great. But that's what it says on the box. All cardboard. Take it out. In here you have, let me just open it up. You've got the watch inside. In here you have an instruction manual. You got a warranty card that's not signed, but I wasn't expecting it to be signed given this AliExpress Choice. I'm guessing that wouldn't be happening, but could possibly happen in the future. I don't know. But there you go. Just need some more information. Instruction manual about the watch. I have to say, I never ever read any of that stuff. I probably should, but there you go. And inside, sort of like velvety material, just keeping it like a little section for you to put your watch, so the watch can be safe in transit. And there you go. That's your lot, guys. That's how it comes. Let me just pop all that to the side quickly, and then we can look at the watch in question. Here's the one I chose, full lume dial. They have got a couple of other colour variations to choose from. You've got the black and the blue. I'll bring that up now. Obviously, I wanted to go for the full lume dial just to see what it was all about. I've had a few full lume watches, so I just wanted to see what this one was looking like. So there you go. That's the watch. The model number for this is, I'm just calling it a pilot's watch. I do know that on other watches, these are reference numbers. I'm not sure if they've referenced this on this watch, but I do know that 6B, along with a few other numbers, tends to refer to the watch. But there you go. That's on the back. But anyway, we'll go through that in a moment. The movement inside this watch is a Seiko NH35 movement. I'll bring some information up about that movement now. NH35, also known as a 4R35, when a Seiko watch. Rugged, reliable. You've heard all those sort of banded around for many, many years now, given it's a good movement. It is a good reason they use it in micro brands and all these watches, just because it's affordable and reliable, and there's not much else you could want from a watch. So yeah, there you go. 41-hour power reserve, 21,600 beats per hour, 24 joules, and generally run much more accurately than the sort of stated accuracy. So there you go. That's the movement. The construction of the watch, aside from the strap and crystal, is all 316L stainless steel. So you do have, it's all brushing on the case, longitudinal brushing. You do have brushing on the bezel also, that continues. Polished on the side of the crown, which is a bit unusual, not very much in keeping with the rest of the watch. Case back is pretty much brushed. You have got a polished edge to the case back, and the pin buckle clasp this is brushed, but you have got a faceted edge going through the edge of the clasp. So yeah, a bit of mixture really, but mainly brushed. So there you go. The case thickness of the watch is 11.9 millimeters. The case diameter, I measure from the 8 to the 2 ordinarily, is coming at 38 mil, and when you go from the 9 to the 3, including the crown, it's 42mm. The lug width on this is 19, not my favourite, and the lug to lug, tip to tip is 46. And guys, what really stood out for me generally is how accurate that was. I very seldom have it where it's rounded up to the whole mil. Aside from the thickness, everything else was rounded up to the millimeter. So which was kind of crazy, to be honest. But there you go. That's the dimensions of the watch. The bezel is a fixed bezel, as I've showed you already, all brushed, and the case back is screwed down, mainly brushed, as I say, but polished on the outer edge. And the crown is situated at the 3 o'clock position. It's a good sized crown, good knurling on it, and it is polished on the sides, which I do find a bit strange, given it's not really in keeping with the rest of the watch. The strap, yeah, it's nice actually. You can see I've worn it quite a bit at this point. It's starting to sort of wear in a little bit. Embossed on the back with genuine leather, and you do get quick release pins on there as well. So if you have got any 19mm straps or some 20s you better fit on there, you can do that. The clasp I already showed you, Sterile. There's a pin buckle clasp on there. So there you go. And the crystal covering the dial is a sapphire crystal, and it's nice to see they've gone with quite a bit of AR coating, guys, because normally it'd be reflecting all over the show, but on here that isn't the case. That's good to see. And the water resistance is cited as being 50 meters, so that'll give you 5 atmospheres of water resistance, and the weight will appear in the top right. It's just above 62 grams, so yeah, that's the weight of the watch, which is probably in keeping with the watch itself, given the proportions and given the fact it's on a leather strap. But let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in just a bit more detail. So nothing's been applied onto the dial, it's all printed, very much in keeping with the sort of pilot's theme. You've got numerals all the way from 1 to 11. You've got a triangle up at the 12, again very synonymous with the style of watch that it is. All black with the contrast of the sort of loom dial. I'll bring the loom up now, that's what you guys want to see, don't you? Yeah, look at the loom. I was expecting it to be good, but in fairness, it's even better than that, to be honest. It was very, very nice. Good loom. So there we go. You've got syringe style hands. You've got obviously you got a counterbalance at the end of the second hand, all high polished. I would like the sort of hands to have been the same sort of colour as the dial. It's obviously not the same colour, which is a bit of a shame. But there you are. You got an arrow just below the triangle at the 12 o'clock position, and T just above the 6. But as I say, nothing's been applied. Everything's been printed on. But the hands are nicely polished, which offers a bit of a contrast to the sort of creamy dial with the black accents. So there you go. That's the dial, guys. Not a lot going on. If you unscrew the crown, which I'll do now, it does pop nicely. You'll see it's got a bit of pop there. Take it out to the first position. Unfortunately, you'll hear that there is a ghost position on there. You take it all the way out, it will hack, given the fact it's a hacking movement, and you put it back in, it will start back up again. The crown has been really, really easy to engage with. The knurling's done really well, so yeah, no issues with that. But that's the dial, guys. That's the movement. Let me just pop it on the wrist quickly, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. Okay, so that's what it looks like on my wrist. Good size, I think we can agree. I've only got just above a 7-inch wrist, and there's a couple of holes to make it smaller. No, excuse me, is there a couple of holes? Yeah, a couple of holes to make it smaller, and several to make it a bit bigger. And that's what you've got. And like I say, with the 3 different colour variations to choose from, I'm pretty confident you'll find one that's in keeping with your taste. But let me just take it off quickly. And now, guys and girls, that will take me on to what I think is pants and Pukka about the watch. If you've ever watched before, you know I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with Pukka. So what I think is pants is, yeah, I'm going to go with the lug width, a 19mm lug width. I don't really understand when it's uneven, really. It's a bit, it's as useful as a chocolate kettle, isn't it, when you do that. I'd like it to be sort of 18, but this one should have been 20, in my humble opinion. The colour mismatch, as I've already said, with the dial and the loom on the hands, it does look a bit strange with the sort of cream and the yellow of the hands. I think it should have been a bit closer in colour. And yeah, the polished crown, why that's polished at the side when basically the whole watch is brushed, I'm not really sure. I'd like that to have just been brushed, and obviously that's also going to scuff up easier with polished surfaces as well. So yeah, they're the 3 things I'll mention, guys. I'll go with the lug width, colour mismatch, and a polished crown. What I think is Pukka, well, given the price point, so you could pick this up from about 50 quid for AliExpress choice, or £80 through the store. Obviously, I know which one I will tell you to choose. So I'm going to go with the Sapphire Crystal. I think the Sapphire Crystal, for the sort of prices it's coming in at, is good. The loom is excellent. You'd have seen that a moment ago. The movement, and some are going to be saying, but Si, it's got a ghost position. What's become quite apparent to me is most people that watch my videos based on comments, they're not too concerned with ghost positions. So I haven't mentioned it. NH35 movement, NH series of movements in an affordable watch is always going to be appreciated. So yeah, the movement, the legibility, the fact they've used a good bit of AR coating on there and stuff really helps. But yeah, this is really easy to tell the time. It's been really sunny in the UK. I know it's hard to believe, but it has, and it's been really easy to tell the time with this watch. The size, yeah, 38mm, 46mm lug to lug, is very compact. Leather strap, I do like the leather strap. Very comfortable, quick release, don't hurt either. And the price, as I've said, 50 quid for this watch, I think is a whole lot of watch. And at that point then, it's starting to really challenge the Addy's Dive Pilot, which is a bit of a legend on AliExpress. And I would say I'd probably plump for this one, if I'm being honest, but that's just my opinion. But they're the things I'd mention for Pukka: is a Sapphire Crystal, loom, movement, legibility, size, leather strap, and price. And guys and girls, would I recommend this watch? So, I did say at the start of the video, I never thought I'd ever feature another Seestern. I'm really happy and pleased that I've given them another chance, and this watch has really delivered. So I definitely would recommend this watch, guys. So please head over and pick one up if you feel the need, or if you want one of the 3 options in your collection. But guys and girls, please let me know what you think about this watch, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care, guys. All the very best.